Why, hello there. Um, Happy New Year's. Today is the end of the year of 2023. A lot of things happened this year. Um, this is me trying out a new experiment as my life is about to change in like the next year as I'm about to reach my adulthood as I'm about to reach my adulthood next year, which is exactly like 20 days from now. But I want to talk about and um I wanted to start making these vlogs to talk about my life, about what's going to happen now and what's going to happen in the future. Um so come, take a seat with me and relax while listen to my voice. Where do I get started? When I entered 2023, I did not expect what was going to happen there. All I was thinking was like, I just got out of a pretty bad relationship with somebody after 2022. I was suffering through depression at the first quarter of 2023, which led to some effects that did affect me to what I became now. But I want to say thanks to some of my friends who were there with me during those darker times. Um, so, when I entered this year, I did not come into 2023 expecting that in the end I would end up coming out as the identity I am now, which is being trans femme. I just, right after, I just played Sonic Frontiers as my cousin just gifted that game for me at the beginning of the year. I played through the whole game, then I just turned off the camera for a while since I was still suffering through some depression. During those months, I was questioning myself. Because one thing is that I found someone using a Rindo model. I also used a female avatar before, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I oddly felt very happy saying to myself, like very happy. I had this fuzzy, warm feeling. Soon I would know that as gender euphoria. Sometimes I do feel uncomfortable with my IRL body, but I have recently came to feel more. Recently been going. Oh, I'm sorry. Drift. I've recently just going back to I'm okay with what I have because I know I could change it, but it's probably not the time for me. So, but I still feel kind of more happier and fuzzier when I see myself as this avatar. But yeah. Time is going. Yeah. Didn't expect that to happen. Then I became a VR chat content creator. At the beginning of the years, I was just making funny videos, shit posts, and stuff about me talking about, this kind of games. But as I consequently started getting followings and stuff, I unfortunately started falling into some things that I do regret. So, for some reason, most trends I found around it's kind of expected around October and November that most trends are thirst traps and like kind of sus things. And since I was just blinded by following trends and stuff, I did not think without consequences of what if I do some of those trends while I'm still obviously not an appropriate age to do some of those. Yeah, which I also want to vent out that this is one of the biggest reasons why I've started this break, because I've realized that what am I going to do because I do want to celebrate my 18th birthday coming up, but I don't know what I'm going to do to towards some of the people that I've met want to do. I'm genuinely terrified of losing those people. So what I thought was the best option was to hopefully fade myself out of the community for a little bit. Then once I reach that age, I do celebrate my 18th birthday, I just slowly come back to everybody. Which I do hope that plan goes well. But do know that I did end up in this community because of consequences of me being blinded by numbers and trends. Now I'm returning back to what I was supposed to do, to be me, making funny videos, shit post about all that kind of stuff, and also talking about stuff. Alright, now I want to talk about the next year. 2024 is literally around the corner. Turn to some people, they literally just turn the corner of the wall and they realize they're next year. Well, Tomorrowland, as I like to say it, This next year's gonna be pretty big. I do reach my 18 years of age, which marks me as being an adult and not a kid anymore. This does make things more interesting because life will change for me, for the good and the bad. But whatever comes in mind, I will go for it. Which I will talk about something big, which will be the topic of my mini vlog here. Change. It's a hard talk. Life is not interesting without change. Change will happen no matter what. Change will always be from moving to a house, moving from school to another school, graduating from an old school and reaching to a new school, and even losing friends. A lot of people are scared of change, especially the fact that they have no idea how this is going to affect their lives. I'm genuinely afraid of what is going to happen next year in 2024. This fact that I am terrified of turning 18. Because I have to go through some changes, though. There are two types of changes: long-term and short-terms. Short-term changes are changes that happen right away. Something happens and your life goes to a different direction. Most of the time, these kinds of changes will mess people up, and it will take them a lot of time to get them back on their feet once they get used to the changes. Long-term changes are like losing a friend, randomly losing a family member, losing your house, or a whole lot of things. It could also be, good, like meeting new friends, winning the lottery, winning a supply of chili dogs that you always wanted. But no matter if it's good or bad changes, it's always scary. Long-term changes are those changes that takes over a course of time, either from a few months to years and years. I'm about to reach one of my first long-form changes. Well, actually, not really. I'm about to reach one of my long-form changes that I haven't gone through since 5 years ago when I moved to the house I'm living in now. This changes me, becoming an adult, not being a minor, and being, an adult. I get more privileges, while I have to worry about taking care of myself. When it will come with financially and what I want to do in the future. Most of you guys know that I really want to start my series, to make a series called Violent Adventure. It is one big project I have, and it's a very long-term project. This series kind of started as a imaginary pretend game that I started when I was 5 years old, and um, I don't really want to let go of my childhood because really this character is important to me. The character I made 5 years old, and even I'm using this character now. My avatar you see is what this character is now. Yeah. It's something I want to. Long form changes is for some people, long form changes is also very terrifying. Some people will just let know that some change is gonna happen, but not do anything until it happens. That is not a really good way to go with long form changes, because it will do the same effect as short term changes. It will change you and mess you up. But getting prepared for those long changes is something good. I know it is scary, but you do have to deal with changes. No, nothing stays the same forever. I am learning that right at this very moment as time passes. I am not a kid anymore. I can't just go onto my room, sit all day and watch YouTube or play video games or something like that. No. Like, next year, I'm going to try to get a job. I'm going to try and start my college education. A whole lot of things. Like, I understand that it is not what it used to be. Which goes to the strong form of the power of nostalgia. Nostalgia is literally the feeling of what you used to feel in the past, where everything was much easier, where you don't have to worry about much things that you have to worry now. I don't know if I said that right. But the power of nostalgia is literally just, feeling the comfort of the past, where you don't have to worry about at the time where you don't have to worry about the worries of today. Tell me a good memory you have of your childhood. I have a lot, and there's something very familiar about those. It was me being comfortable of what I was doing, just playing around, having fun. When I do experience those feelings, I'm going to an old home, playing old video games, I get that feeling because my brain connects that specific scene or that specific game to a time much more simple where I don't have to worry about stuff. Sometimes nostalgia even comes with today. In 5 years, some things that happens now will be nostalgic. For example, things that I did in 2019. That's already feeling nostalgic for me. That was before my life started, going after 2020. Because I am getting older. Once you do become a point where you are comfortable with your life, and you look back, things that you see stressful in the past will kind of feel oddly nostalgic. Because you realized how far you've gone. Changes is the embodiment of the spice of life. Change will always come no matter what. It makes life interesting. Without change, life will be boring. Without change, you will not change as a person. I am comfortable with what I want to be, what I'm going to do, because I understand change. So, what do we get from this? What do we get from this vlog? Don't be afraid of change. This is 2024. I mean, the New Year's is always a great time to talk about change, because each year is an opportunity for things to change. Each year is not the same as last year. I can confirm that. Last year, I was just a cis straight man, just playing video games on my computer, messing around with my friends. Now, I'm a fox girl on the internet, talking to you guys about my experiences, making jokes, and realizing that she is not going to be a kiddo anymore in literally like 20 days. Like, I have 20 days to adapt to changes that will happen once I become 18. So, don't be afraid of change. Always accept the changes no matter what. With short-term changes, always try to get back on your feet. With long-term changes, always get prepared for changes to come. Things are never the same. That's all I want to talk about for this year. This will probably be my last message for 2023. And I'll see you guys when I do return in 2024 around January 20th, where my birthday is, which I will have a big stream there, and I will celebrate everything that happened. I'll also start working on a movie to celebrate my channel's 5-year anniversary. My channel is turning 5 years literally like in 10 hours. The first video I've posted was a New Year Minecraft video that was posted on New Year's Day once it became New Year's Day. Like, I recorded it and immediately uploaded it, and it was uploaded in the same minute. It was a short. Also, another thing is I will talk about the history of the Myosi, or Avatar as people in VR chat like to call, and in like the VTuber space model. So yeah, everybody, y'all who watched through this 15 minutes of me talking about changes in my life and stuff, thanks for being here. And to my friends that did watch, I hope you guys understand that I do have regret from doing stuff I shouldn't have been, and I understand changes, and I will be gladly to see all of you guys again once I feel comfortable to be with all of you guys. So take care of yourself, alright? Oh, yeah, so take care of everybody's self. And make sure you take some water and get enough sleep, alright? 2024 is gonna be a very big year for all of us. Just like every new year.